Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a great day. So we got a couple of stories that are, I think, kind of bullish. So I want to get into them. We have a story on Bitcoin possibly reaching 100,000 by October. There's one analyst that thinks that. We also have cryptos in the early stages. We have coins is adding deposits from your paychecks. And then we have Bitcoin Lightning news and Cardano news. So let's get into the first story here, which is crypto price prediction. 100,000 Bitcoin could come even sooner than you think, with Ethereum leading the way. So the Bitcoin price fell sharply last week, obviously we know, after China's central bank warned all crypto transactions are now illegal in the country. But it has failed to deter investors who have continued to pile into other cryptocurrencies as well. So now it's been predicted that U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, could greenlight a long-awaited Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETF as soon as next month, something that could send Bitcoin price as high as $100,000. So scroll down here further to the article. There's still a high probability that the U.S. is just going to follow Canada, maybe with a futures-based Bitcoin ETF. Bloomberg Intelligence senior commodity strategist Mike McGlone told Stansberry Research last week. There are now over 30 applications, and the fact that the money is migrating from the U.S., from Cathie Wood and ARK, towards Canada, the pressure is quite strong and high for the U.S. regulators to say, all right, we're kind of missing out here. We need to do that, right? So earlier this month, major investor Fidelity urged the SEC to approve Bitcoin ETF, pointing to increased investor appetite for virtual currencies, growing Bitcoin adoption, the existence of similar funds in other countries, according to media reports. Right, we've covered that a little bit in previous videos. McGlone also doubled down on his 100,000 Bitcoin price prediction, forecasting Bitcoin will hit the psychological level by the end of 2021, but potentially as soon as October. Wow! If that happens, that is great news. After Bitcoin broke 10,000, it's more likely to go up to 100,000, said McGlone, referencing Bitcoin's volatile price history. Here's the important thing that kind of blew my mind a little bit. The thing that I've underestimated this year is how much there's been disdain and outflows from gold and people giving up on gold and going to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Basically putting Bitcoin and Ethereum in the same bucket as gold. Wow. Okay, that's huge. Right, so if that is happening, which we are kind of seeing that happen, and we're seeing it happen more than we thought, that's great news. People are basically, we've seen gold going down and Bitcoin and Ethereum going up. So that's great news here. This continues on. Obviously, we're now nowhere near the end of this bull cycle. McGlone looks to Ethereum's outsized performance this year, up 700% over the past 12 months, compared with Bitcoin's 300% rally, as further justification for his 100,000 Bitcoin price prediction. If Bitcoin just catches up to Ethereum, of which there have been some ETFs launched in Canada, it would be at 100,000, McGlone said. In fact, it would be close to 130,000. So I think that's part of the reason it's probably going to get there, and the question is when. Yeah, the question is really just when is that going to happen? It's going to happen within the next month, which is going to be kind of hard because right now Bitcoin's at 42,000. So you'd have to go up about 110%, somewhere around there. But it's possible. You never know. With especially with Bitcoin, you just never know. So next story, crypto is in the early stages of a long-term upward trend, says an analyst. So speaking of Yahoo Finance's All Market Summit Plus, let's close this out. Plus, Fairlead Strategies founder Katie Stockton said crypto adoption will remain in the very early stages, with limited institutional money flowing into the space. We're kind of at the very low end of the curve right now. That could accelerate to the upside, she said. That goes not just for individuals, but institutions as well, especially pension funds, and is one source of major assets out there, really, which have not largely been deployed to cryptocurrencies now. More than half of the world's largest banks now have exposure to crypto, either through direct or indirect investments in projects related to digital currencies and blockchain, according to block data. But more conservative wealth managers, including state and local pension funds, have largely remained on the sidelines, concerned about the price volatility and regulatory uncertainty clouding the industry. So we know that's the case. For obviously, the more certainty you have in the regulatory space, the more people they will probably jump in. So that's good news to me. I think obviously we have, when they're talking about that curve, you have that curve that kind of, let me see, making sure I'm going this way. So you have the curve, it starts here, and then slowly the adoption curve goes up, right? So as that adoption curve goes up, the price of basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other ones are going to go up higher because you do have more people getting on board. It's kind of like the same with the internet and everything else. The adoption curve is obviously you have the early adopters early on, then you have the mainstream folks getting involved, and then you have the late joiners as well towards the very end of it. Next story: Coinbase adds direct deposit into crypto accounts. So we'll just do a high overview on this. Coinbase will let U.S. users deposit any percentage of their paychecks directly into their accounts in the coming weeks. In one of the stories that I read, they said that they would obviously be able to join the high yield staking coins and stuff like that, so they can put them into that and make a certain percentage on that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then deposits can be either in the U.S. dollars or immediately transferred into currencies with no fees, right? So that would be part of that staking part where you could, whether it's USDT or whatever they have out there, you could basically stake it and then earn some interest on it. The move comes as Coinbase faces increased criticism from regulators over digital assets, so just something to be mindful of. And then obviously I don't know if it's FDIC insured or not, so that's another thing we got to find out. Next story: Bitcoin Lightning. Bitcoin Lightning nodes and channels hit record highs. So this is mainly because of El Salvador. El Salvador is using the Lightning Network to process the transactions for Bitcoin with their merchants and people. And then you also have Twitter, which started the Lightning Bitcoin basically tipping for their users. So that's using the Lightning Network as well. So I think that's part of the reason why this is such going up so high. So the number of Lightning Network nodes has increased 160% over the past 12 months, while the number of channels is up 170% since January. According to on-chain analytics provider Glassnode's September 27 week on-chain report, the number of Lightning network nodes increased by 160% during September to tag a record high of 15,600. At the end of August, just 6,000 Lightning Network nodes were live. This is around double the number of channels that were live through the period from 2019 to 2000, with most of this growth occurring in May 2021. The total capacity of Lightning Network has seen an explosive growth this year. According to Glassnode, the metric refers to the total amount of BTC that can be transferred using the Lightning Network. The network's capacity is currently at an all-time high of 2,904 BTC, worth 123 million at current prices. The milestone marks an increase in capacity of 170% since January, with roughly 22% or 514 BTC having been added to the network since September alone. Okay, so that's great news. That's great to see that the second layer is working, right? One of the fears that we've had was the Lightning Network is just not going to be secure and things like that, but right now it seems like it's working pretty well. It's actually working really well. The Lightning Network has recently been in the headlines as a result of the popular social media network Twitter integration Lightning for tipping, in addition to the network's national rollout across El Salvador amid the country's digital asset embrace. And that is done through Strike, I believe, is the company that is providing that. So that is just great news. And this obviously gives Bitcoin more use cases out there. Obviously, layer one is really slow with transactions being settled every 10 minutes. And there's a lot of transactions floating out there, so this obviously speeds things up for us. And then lastly, we have Cardano to enable new DeFi stablecoin with Coti. Coti previously partnered with Cardano stablecoin hub Ardana to bring decentralized stablecoin payments to AdaPay. Cardano's payment gateway provider Coti will be the official issuer of DOGE, a new DeFi-focused stablecoin for the Cardano network. Cardano founder Charles Hoskins and Coti CEO, I'm going to butcher this, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say Shahaf Bar Geffen announced Sunday at the Cardano Summit. The new stablecoin will be based on an algorithm designed using smart contracts to ensure price stability and providing an instrument for DeFi transactions. The stablecoin is designed for paying transaction fees on the Cardano network in order to avoid volatile and exorbitant gas fees and make transaction costs more predictable. According to DOGE's research paper released in August, its stablecoin protocol will behave like an autonomous bank that buys and sells stablecoins for a price in a range that is pegged to a target price. The stablecoin will operate by maintaining a reserve of a base coins while minting and burning various other stable assets and reserve coins. So that's kind of interesting how they're handling this. It's going to be autonomous. It's just going to be buying and selling and making sure that the price stays where it's supposed to stay. So that's kind of an interesting take on it. I haven't seen that before. According to Hoskins, the DOGE stablecoin could be a game changer in the crypto industry as it appeals to an entirely new audience at a time when the industry is already experiencing astronomical growth. So great news for Cardano, obviously another major player entering it into the ecosystem. So that's all I have for the stories right now. So I think a lot of stuff is good news. Obviously, the price prediction for 100,000 Bitcoin is great. Crypto that we're still in the early stages in adoption. I believe it's also the case. That's why a lot of people believe Bitcoin will get to $1 million, possibly $10 million by within 5, 10, 20 years. And then Coinbase setting direct deposit, making it easier for people to get into the crypto space and basically invest in cryptocurrencies and be able to make money basically from staking and things like that. And then the Bitcoin Lightning Network, obviously working out great so far. It's improving, it's growing large, it's great news. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of all this stuff. And now we'll just get into the charts really quick here for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all those. And then we'll call it a day. So Bitcoin right now is at 42,000. It's bouncing off of that 200-day moving average that we have here, the blue line that you might see. And the blue line is at 41,924 right now, and it's bouncing off of it. It's staying above it for the past couple of days here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, staying above it, which is a good sign. That obviously hit resistance here at the 44,800 mark, right around there where we marked it, and it has fallen down. So it's just a matter of where is it going to go. Obviously, we've tested this 200-day moving average 1, 2, 3, almost 4 days now. So the probability is that the more something touches, the more likely it's to go below it. All right, below it or above it. We've only touched it twice here for our resistance, and it says fallen down. So right now we're looking to possibly fall that back down to around the 38,000 mark, depending where things end up. But we'll have to keep an eye on it as well. Ethereum has been touching the resistance that we had here at 3,000. It's below it now. It's at 2,926, and it's had a small candle here for today so far. Not a lot of price movement. It's kind of flat right now. We'd like to see it obviously go above the $3,000 mark and stay above there, but we're still above the 200-day moving average, so we'll keep an eye on it. Cardano is sitting at our support right now, $2.13 that we set. It bounced off of our previous support at $1.90, gone above it, tested at 236 resistance, went above it briefly, and then came back down. We're below it, so now we're just testing that, and we've tested that almost 3 days in a row now. So we'll have to see if that holds or if it's going to break down, and we're going to retest the $1.90 mark here. RSI is still looking good on it, so we'll have to see that one. Hedera is testing the 50-day moving average. It went above the 20-day moving average earlier this week, and it has been falling ever since then. It's tested it yesterday a little bit, trying to get above the 20-day moving average, but it failed. So now it's testing the 50-day moving average at 31 cents 90 roughly. As like we previously said, the more times it tests something, the probability is that it's going to either fall below it or go above it. Right now, it's looking like it might fall below it to the 200-day moving average, which is around 24 cents. If that happens, I'll probably add a couple more $100 into my exchange and buy a little bit more on the dip. I bought in at 32 cents. I bought in at 52 cents. So I'll average down a little bit more on it if that happens. I do own, obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Hedera. I do own also Litecoin. Litecoin is down below our support here that we had. It's at $147. And it's not looking good right now. It's trading flat. It looks like it wants to go down further, so we'll have to keep an eye on it as well. Sometimes Litecoin has been known to be the leading indicator for Bitcoin in the past. I don't know if it still is, but if Litecoin was going down, typically Bitcoin would go down, and then Litecoin would shoot up before Bitcoin would shoot up, and then Bitcoin would shoot up as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Dogecoin is at 20 cents right now. It is kind of like Litecoin. It's in no man's land right now. There's really no interesting things happening. It looks like the 20-day and the 50-day have crossed, and it looks like the 20 days about to cross the 200-day, which never is really a good sign. You don't really want to see that. But it is happening, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. So we may be in for a little bit more of hurt in the coming days and weeks before we possibly bounce back up. Stellar is at 26.5 cents right now. It is also crossing the 250 and 20-day moving averages, which isn't good. It's kind of stalled out here at 26 cents. Looks like 26 cents is our resistance or our support roughly. It's bounced off of this line a couple of times here in the past week. It came down close to it a couple of weeks ago and went back above it, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Solana, Coin, and then Solana. Solana, we're looking at this triangle here that's kind of forming right now. We'll see if it stays in this triangle pattern and blows back out. And then finally the HIVE, mining stocks. HIVE is right now down a penny pre-market. Bitfarms is down 7 cents pre-market. HUT is down 5 cents pre-market. And Mara is down wow, Mara is down pretty quite a bit, $1.01. And then RIOT is down 40 cents. Coin, on the other hand, is down $3.74. So I don't know if the news of the checking thing is booking people out or what. Maybe, who knows. So that's all I got for you guys. Some pretty good news out there. Some bullish news, and obviously in the charts aren't looking too good right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on those. We could be testing the, going down to 38,000 mark for Bitcoin, and we could be coming down a little bit on the other coins as well. It just seems like things are testing the bottom supports, and if they break through them, they're going to go down. So something to be mindful of. Might be a good buying opportunity. Obviously, if you believe Bitcoin in the long run and hodl it for the long run, you should be fine. Not financial advice, do your own research and all that. But that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.